Nice little run up on that one. Ooh, Irene, another energy stock. Nice little move on that one too. How's weather by you? Am I look forward to anything, Josh?
There we go. Let me jump in here. Weather-wise,
Is it nice where you are?
oh yeah, that's right, because you're coming down here next week, right?
That's it.
So, oh yeah, no, it's nothing but sunshine around here. Nothing but nice sunny skies, beautiful weather. Um, Last week, I mean, it's kind of cold. Last like a day or so, but otherwise, like I'm sure the next few days are gonna be like back in the 80s. And been going to the beach pretty much like every other day, and it's pretty nice. Mark asking for the Trader Summit, Fausto. Do we bring the swim trunks for the ocean? If you'd like, I mean, hey, you can make it a whole vacation
Well,
out of it, right?
we're on the beach. I mean, like, got a great pool. We got everything. Weather in Jacksonville is going. I just looked at it because
If you got
uh, yeah. I mean, like Tuesday's gonna be in the 80s. Wednesday's gonna be 82. Thursday's gonna be 85.
Fausto, real quick, not to cut you off. You got a nice trade here on the stock Rivian, RIVN. Just been up on my book map page the whole morning. I didn't really call it out until now, but it's just been on a straight trend up here at this point.
You know, I saw one on the road the other day. Not the pickup because it was so ugly to pick up one, but I finally saw the one that looked like more like a Jeep. Wasn't that bad looking.
I think I only saw one of them, and like I don't even recall. Like it was just so vague looking. I'm like, all right, I guess that's Rivian for you. But the stock itself, I mean, it was getting crushed for a little while.
I tell
So
you, a lot of volume showed up on that stock Irene that we called. That's a good call. That thing's moving up pretty nicely. I didn't bring it up, but Irene, RIEN, just had a big volume spike on it. So
yeah,
this
it's a nice.
it's a cheap stock. You know, it's a $2.80, 218, a lot cheaper than 1950.
And if you look on the historical chart, Fausto, like the daily, you could see back from last year, of like the summertime, that Irene trade bottomed out right around 3. Uh,
You know, I'm just looking at Rev. I was just looking at the stock that you called out, the REVN. I'll tell you, what a great bunch of buyers out there. It's too bad we didn't see this earlier, but 133,000 share buyer at 18 and another 100,000 share buyer at 830, 1830.
The one I was
That was a
focused in
great
on
call.
myself. The one I was focused on this morning, PLTR, is making a much better move now off that 850 level. I was saying earlier, like that was just in consolidation across the morning, but once it busted above that 850, it's been running up pretty well. It's a nice little short squeeze. Go. Got a nice trade from my man Alex just on the side. He took some money on the video right there. Yeah, that Irene trade, I'd be careful around that 3 level just historically, and like maybe 305 or somewhere like around there. That was a pretty strong bottom back from summer of last year. It just hit a high of 304 and pulled back down pretty hard. Oh, really quick, just for all of our students and members just inside our live trading room, keep in mind we have our Traders Talk workshop coming up at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock Eastern Time this morning. So you don't need to go anywhere for that. Just stay tuned. We'll just jump right back on the mic coming up at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. We have plenty more audio here to come. But for any of our new students or new trial members just joining us here, if there's any questions or trades that you wanted to go over with me or for me to give any comments on, shoot me a quick email, josh@c2trading.com. And for any of us on social media today, well, hey, just stay tuned. If you wanted to get some clips of that, we'll post some clips coming up across this week. But if you want to get the full workshop, at least go right down to the link on the green banner below right there, just to get yourself signed up.
Hey, Rich, check out Oscar really quick. I'm just curious if there's any news on it. They had a really nice swing trade. I mean, it's getting close to that resistance levels, but sometimes the way you actually trade a swing trade stock is that sometimes you're like, you know what? You see a couple of days go by and did something really come out on it?
Well, yeah, now it's breaking back above. Well, let me ask you this. This is a dumb question because I didn't really check. Is Irene in the same business as Oscar? Because Oscar Health, like, is Irene no, Iris Energy. So I doubt it's the same.
No,
You
it's
know, it's
energy.
interesting.
Oscar is like Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, you know, it's
I was
interesting
talking
though.
about it. I said I had it. It was like that was like one of the first. That was one of the first healthcare companies I bought when Obamacare came out, because it was like everyone was scrambling, like all these new little mini ones started coming out, and that was like the first. That's how I know the name. I was and I was embarrassed to even go to the store and give it to the person, and like, what's your medical insurance? I'm like Oscar. I'm like, it was just more of love. It was more of Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, like the more bigger ones, and they had all these little mini ones that came out, these local ones.
If you see just the daily chart for both of them, the IREN trade and then the Oscar broke over its historical support from summer of last year. That was a few days ago, and then it ran higher. So perhaps the IREN can make like a similar type of move just based off the pattern. I know they're different sectors, different companies, but you never know. I mean, history could repeat itself in that regard.
Yeah, Irene looks pretty good.
PLTR pulled back a little bit right off of 878. It's got to build support off of like 865, 868 here coming up if it wants to continue.
Yeah, Grant, I know the Mara's moving up pretty nicely. Nice little push on that one. It's like hovering right at their highs. I'm feeling a little bit better on my swing trade, thank God. I was getting a little nervous on that stock. I'll keep going back to Carvana. I'm like, is this like the bottom? Like, I'm getting like really. I was driving down the Meadowbrook Parkway and I saw that damn Carvana, that building.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
just
cars
like
in there
the
though, so
tower,
I'm
right?
getting a little skeptical. I'm like, why didn't they put any cars in there yet?
I mean,
But
eventually it's going to be like a really good swing trade over time, not just a short squeeze like we've been taking money off of. I mean, that's been a great swing trade for you just recently, but like a legit one, like over time. Oscar's making a really good push here. 6.
just made a quick little pop. Volume is light though. It's only like 1.3 million.
Yeah, not nearly the type of
Looks like
volume
the
it was trading
potential
back
for
on.
persistent holds.
It's not nearly the type of volume it was trading back on Friday last week.
How's your red
Friday.
ball doing?
I'll take a look. I didn't.
Backed off a little bit here.
Yeah, I didn't jump in. I've been kind of just jumping around all over and mainly on PLTR. But this was the better move. And if anything, I mean, simply if it could just break back above like 1952, 1951, there's a chance for it to run higher. But Mara's looking pretty healthy, like you said. My PLTR is holding 865, for right now as support.
I like I'd love to see that those big buyers are still out there for about 250,000 at that 1830. If I see those guys uptick, boom, that's a great sign of going higher. So the
You
market's
got
positive after taking that big correction. That would,
you got an interesting setup here, Faust, on the AI trade. It's building higher lows and it moved back up towards that 2250 level. Uh, Almost looks like a Fausto flag building there.
that was a hell of a shake. Yeah, I see that right there. Did you happen to check on level 4, because there's a couple of iceberg orders that was sitting there. There was a huge buyer at $22 where it came down from that big shake. The stock's moving 50-cent intervals, so if it gets past this,
And 23 could be on the horizon. Potential resistance.
it looks like it wants to break it. There was those sellers out there, but they pulled their orders.
PLTR is bouncing back up pretty well now, up towards 878. It's getting close to the high there.
Yeah, Alex, Tesla was actually a good trade. I mean, when we got in around, when we watched it hit about that 100, that big support level at 100, that's something you could have did a nice little, swing trade on it. Could have bet the options on that were pretty cheap. also on Tesla. Remember, like that's the issue when people start getting into these options calls. They're like, "Oh, I can't afford it, so I want to trade the option." In that case, then it made sense. You know what I mean? But you can't always go into a trade thinking like, well, what the options doing? Wake up in the morning, what's the options doing? You always got to think about the stock first. And as you see that pattern come in, we're going to talk about it. I know, Alex, you're going to be down there next week with us in Florida. So, by the way, if anyone's interested, you could. We got a big 1 day. You can just come for the day. I mean, you don't have to come for the 2 day event. Just come. I mean, as some of you people live local in that area, come for a full blown day. With us. So come meet us down there. But you can still get in there if you want to come to the on site. SI is kind of like I'm watching. It's like teeter tottering right here. The AI I meant.
Yeah, that AI just not really budging off 2250. Like I thought there was a better chance just a moment ago for it to make that better pop.
I think Mara's been a better trade.
Yeah, certainly now at this point, I feel like if it's not going to make that pop up now, PLTR also. I've been talking about it. PLTR is trending up pretty well now. Broke a new high just before. It's got a huge iceberg on the ask now at 9.
So that Dow took a huge dip and now it's starting to come like bounce back a little bit. Interesting.
Come on, AI. We got to get a nice push now at this point. Let's see something over 2250.
Still a nice little Fausto flag.
2293 should be a pretty strong level. That was the open price yesterday. It's basically right off 23. We should get a nice push here. Come on. I can go back more data on Bookmap here at this point. Grant, you're out on Mara, hopefully with a nice profit there. Nice trade because it's still trending up at the highs, so it definitely took some good money off of it, seems.
It broke out there.
Yeah, AI is looking better now. Finally, better move off of 2250, but you'd still want to see it like pop a lot better than this even. A good 20-cent start, but like you just said, I mean, it's trading in 50-cent levels, so. Step by step, we get closer to reversal time.
Yep, we're almost there. No, we still got time.
I mean, there's definitely some trades that are still holding well. Some name brand stocks like AMD, that Rivion's still holding pretty nicely.
Mara's just going up nicely.
There goes
Wow, nice
AI.
little Draft King.
There goes AI. Just fell back down that 2250 mark.
By the way, the Super Bowl, Josh. How do you think all the casino stocks did?
It's funny because I looked at this the other day. I mean, for right now, DraftKings is up just because it's moving with the market, but last year they all tanked, right? And that's because it went with
What
the
was
market.
Caesars again?
So,
What what's
CZR,
CZR?
yeah. I mean, the SPY is up today. The markets are pushing up off the
Reason
CPI
why I bring
report.
it up because I think I was watching on TV that everyone betted on the Eagles to win. That everyone was going
Yeah,
to Eagles, so obviously everyone was betting against the
the casino.
the Chiefs. So if that was the case, they probably did pretty well on that.
Hmm.
Okay, Mara's starting to back off a little bit. Tell you that lift trade I told you before, it looks like it's making higher highs. When we looked at it earlier, sort of around 10:30, did a little bit of shake right there, and now it's at like 10:53. It could be. Listen, it could be a swing trade. Actually, I'm gonna buy some of it now.
You have a
Go
nice
slow.
trade here, Fausto. There's a nice trade here on the stock HYPR. It's busted above 150, and it's up like 26% now on the day. Fausto.
Yeah, I'm just buying some stock here. All right. I just did a trade on my other brokerage account, my swing trading account.
Got a nice run here on HYPR. We're just calling it out,
Oh wow.
breaking over 150.
Oh, there we go. That could be our nice little pop right there. It looks like the stock starting to build that little slope looking on the swing trade, and now it looks like it hit that high. What did it do? Went to 170. It was like 88-cent stock. What's on level 4? How's that looking?
I'm just loading it up right now. Only one up.
Wow, look at the volume kicked up on that. See that? Big volume spike right here. Look at those bulls right there. Got a little bit of a 124,000 share seller at $168. Big iceberg order right there. See who takes them out.
Right now, the only one I'm actively in is PLTR, just really for a little while now, and I'm just waiting for that to either break higher or stop me out under 868. Either way, it'll be a nice profit, but HYPR, like definitely a stronger run.
Oh, just hit him. It just backed right off.
Crashing into the iceberg.
That's why you got to have a game plan. Market 57, 58. Look at that. That was a perfect play right there. When you called that out, when did you call that out? 50?
As it was like kind of like right over 150, I missed it off like 152 right there.
Yeah,
And
that was
good,
a great call. And
good for
then
like
just sell it right before that resistance. Boom. Nice little 10, 15 cents right there on a cheap little stock.
yeah, and I was like factoring that in terms of like a percentage. That's actually like a solid like 9% gain on just one move, one trade. Uh, we don't really look to scalp as much, but that was a quick in and out. You saw the iceberg and crashed right into it, pulled back.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this PLTR has been holding strong. Higher lows. It's like a very liquid stock, so it doesn't have a big spread, like pretty much a penny spread.
Yeah, Chuck's calling out the 9. Chuck, the only problem with the 9, the NINE, is the volume is only 154,000. Maybe on the swing trade, but like it was a pretty good buy right around these supports around 10. But as a day trade, I would stay away from it.
It kind of seems like PLTR is making a lower high here off of 878.
This lift is looking good.
It is. I saw it before when you'd called it
Yeah.
out at first.
I mean, it's got huge support levels right around here, around that $9, $10 price range.
Yeah, I
Stock
remember.
got hammered.
I remember seeing on just Book Viewer yesterday, like level 3, at $10. It was like a 340,000 share iceberg or something like that. Um, Definitely good squeeze on that lift trade so far this morning.
Mm. Yeah, it's going up pretty nicely.
Mara's still holding strong.
Oscar, we called earlier, just now starting to trend down, just made a higher low. AI backed off. Looks like everything's starting to back off now. All the stocks we were looking at, the SOUN, looks like they all made that nice little move. Early bird gets the money.
Man, BWV, like it looks like such an ugly chart and it's not worth watching now. I'm just mentioning like that actually helped me out this morning and then the PLTR trade. But aside from those two, personally, my morning kind of stunk. Got stopped out a few times on FUSN looking for that better pop. Just didn't get it. Took small losses. And then the AI trade off of 2250, I was looking for that same move that Fausto was calling it. Just if it's not making that big pop, 30-second rule, just look to set the tight stop and take the tiny L instead of the big one. So it's actually been a profitable morning still, but otherwise it didn't necessarily come easy.
It looks like everything's taking breathers. All the stocks that we found
Chuck in and out with a nice profit there on that 9.
on that 9. Let me tell you, that was, I hate to use the word, but that was a very good trade, but lucky because like the volume's awfully light. Tell you the HYPR you called that earlier. It's been holding here for the last 5 minutes. It holds you
Yeah,
pretty strong. Could be interesting. I want to see it test that 100,000 share seller at a $1.68. He's right there. You can see him hovering right there.
I'm getting the itch to jump in on the HYPR, but you know what? I got some PowerPoint slides to finish up. I'm gonna work on those first, and then we'll focus on my own trading. So, there's always going to be another trade if it ends up making that better move. And I mean, for my own sake, PLTR is trying to go back up now, breaking back over 878.
Just checking out this lift. Yeah. I'm telling you, it looks like looking long term, like the last couple, not long term, long term is a couple of days I'm looking at, but it looks like this it could probably test 1080 ish if it can get past. I mean, it had resistance yesterday, is right around this 53, 50, big
Yeah.
resistance at these 50s. Looks like kind of broke it.
Oh, I see what you're talking about there from like pre-market yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there off of it was funny, I was gonna say, I like how you said the ish part because it's true. I mean, not everything is gonna hit to the penny level, so, 80-ish. But it does
Ish.
look at like that ish part I see there. It's like within 5 cents or so.
Oh, that stock's coming up and testing its resistance right now. Here it
Oh,
is.
shoot, the HYPR, yeah, moved
Yeah,
up there without me.
HYPR.
Ah, yeah, there's always another trade, just I'll be here all day.
Yeah, big volume. He's still out there for 110.
You know what
There he
though?
is.
Actually, really quick, Fausto, if I could just like say something because I was on a coaching call yesterday with one of our students, one of our new gold students, and a slight concern from their end was like, I don't want to be, at my computer all day doing this. I was like, I completely understand. Obviously, certain times of the day are better than others. Market open, market close. I'll go over that with you in phase one. But I'm like, the reason why we keep the trading room open all day is because, there are folks here that are retired that have this as their hobby and they like to at least be here and see if there's anything they can get their hands on. On top of that, the reason I'm here is because, well, Fausto pays me to be here. Like, come on, like this is my job. I'm scanning the market.
Mm.
So, there's always going to be another opportunity for me at least. Now, for you, if you're trying to finish up by 10:30 and that's your goal, well, that HYPR is definitely for the taking there. I was like kind of lax with how I was like saying, oh, if I don't get in, whatever. Well, I'm here till 4 o'clock. So, I got plenty of time for other trades, but that was a great call. And we'll see if it could bust that iceberg now.
You sound like a Shrek commercial. The Shrek thing.
The
You
Shrek
ever watch
commercial.
Shrek? He goes, thank you. I'll be up till Thursday. Don't forget to try the
Oh,
veal. He goes, but it's pop
I
right.
was
It's testing him. I want to see this thing get through it. He's testing. There he is. 110 right now broadcasting. You can see it on YouTube. If anyone's logged in on YouTube, got the level 4 being shown. You can see a couple iceberg orders coming up right there.
I was trying to sound like a Vegas magician. I'll be here all day.
I'll be here all day. I like the Shrek better. Big fan of Shrek. Actually, I'm a little disappointed because I'm going to go. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm leaving at the end of this week, getting ready to go to Florida for the on-site. But my kids are off from school, so they're vacationing. Every time I go away, I always take my family with me. Well, I try, and we're going to go to Orlando. And I heard that they closed the Shrek ride in Universal. I was so disappointed. Love that place.
Yeah, I've never been a roller coaster guy myself. I've always been a water park guy, but not a roller coaster guy.
Well, it's not really, it's not really. It's all more animation. It's not more roller coaster.
Well,
I mean,
true when you say that. It's not like I'm afraid of Shrek, but it's like if I go, I'm not going to be on the rides necessarily because I'm not a roller coaster guy. So it's either I'm going to be there for 5 hours walking around and getting sunburn, or or I don't go.
well, it's nice. It's nice and cool there now. That's why we go now. But yeah, I mean, I was there in July, and you can't. It's unbearable, especially when you're stuck online and waiting. And people actually sit there and wait. I mean, it's nuts. I see that it hit that resistance level at 168 and came right back down. Yeah, everything looked like it kind of stopped all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then the PLTR just still in this range again. It's like kind of just going sideways. So, if it shows higher lows, then perfect. That's nice because that would lead to a higher high eventually. But I thought it would have done it by now. So,
The stock has a Fausto flag, the OCUL.
it's from yesterday. I forgot about that one actually.
Yeah, 3.4 million shares, only up 11%. But you could see back in August is testing these big resistance levels.
It kind of held around like 579, 578 yesterday. Pop and drop from it.
It's funny. I'm just doing some shopping around. I'm looking at some of the stocks. Like if you look at SI, you can see that there was a major resistance levels. Iceberg one, he showed up at 16. Kind of put the brakes on that stock.
Yeah, it got close, like right around 1593 or something, or 1590, and then pulled back.
Yep. See it right there. Yeah, everything backed off. I think everything's done for now.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to jump onto a coaching call coming up at 10:30 with one of our students, but really quick, just last call, folks, for all of us inside the live trading room. We have our Traders Talk workshop coming up at 11 o'clock Eastern time, just inside our live trading room for today. So all you got to do is just stay right there, and I'll jump back on the mic myself at the top of the hour. Any questions or trades that you want to go over, shoot me a quick email, just josh@c2trading.com. And if you want to join, just go right down to the link on the green banner below the stream right there, just if you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube.
Yep. We'll see you all back here for the 11 o'clock and then 12 o'clock. A lot of training going on today, so don't miss out on those opportunities, okay, everyone? So you got Traders Talk, and then all of a sudden you got the event I'm going to be doing at 12 o'clock.